What pair of glasses everyone and their mother has? It's of course the RayBan Aviators, also known as RB3025. When Tom Cruise sported a pair back in the original Top Gun in 1986, the RayBan Aviators flew off the shelf, set up the owners of Ray-Bans excited to dominate the eyewear industry in a few short decades and spawn hundreds of copycat styles. If a brand does not have its own version of aviators, they are doing something wrong. Now, Top Gun Maverick finally came out and everyone and their grandmothers watched it. The RayBan Aviators may once again begin to fly off the shelves and you and your grandma would sport a pair. Over the years, RayBan came out with two distinct versions of the aviators, the polarized one and the non-polarized version. In this video, I'll go over the difference between the polarized version and the non-polarized ones and let you know which one Maverick, Tom Cruise, and Top Gun should use. Subscribe to this channel to get the most up-to-date news on lens technologies, new fashion brands, and little health tips for your eyes. Let's get started. First, let's talk a little bit about light and how the light beams coming from the sun reflect off the surface and how that relates to polarized lenses. When light from the sun bounces on uneven surfaces, it scatters and no direct light hits you in the eye. When the light from the sun bounces off even, flat surfaces, the light will sometimes reflect back straight into the eye. This is called glare and disrupts vision and makes looking at things outdoors rather uncomfortable. You may ask, which situation would glare be the most bothersome? The two most common situations is when one is fishing and one who is driving in the rain after a rainfall. The reason for this is that water lies in the lake or ocean is rather flat, and as I mentioned before, the glare would reflect directly into your eyes, making it difficult for you to see what's underneath the water. For driving, polarized lenses are perfect for right after a rainstorm and water is still on the road in little puddles. The sun would shine down, reflect the light from those puddles right into your eyes. Also, windshields and car hoods from other cars are also rather flat, so it will reflect light and create glare as well. So how do polarized lenses work? Polarized lenses have a special chemical applied to them to filter the light. The chemical molecules are lined up specifically to block some of the light from passing through the lens. On polarized sunglasses, the filter creates vertical openings for lights. Only light ray that approaches your eyes vertically can filter through those openings. As a result of this filtering, the images you see with polarized lenses is a bit darker than usual, but objects look crisper and clearer with polarized lenses and details are easier to see. Now, which RayBan 3025 should you choose? To spot the difference between polarized and non-polarized, you can see that there's a small P on the side of the lens. That P means polarized. And the two big differences between non-polarized aviators and polarized aviators is the number one, the price, and the number of colors available for it. For the price, the original aviators, as you can see here, retails at around $163. A very reasonable price. And if you use your insurance to make a prescription sunglass, you can take up to $150 off of it, and it's like highway robbery to get a pair for like 13 bucks. For the polarized aviators, they're a bit more expensive and gets into luxury price range of around $213 to $236 depending on the style you get. For the color assortment, the regular aviators has over 60 different color combinations, from gradient colors to mirrors and to light to dark tints. Almost every single color in the visual spectrum is available. The color combinations can get a bit overwhelming for independent optical to supply. For example, this color you cannot get in a polarized, the mirror lenses you can't get in a polarized. The non-polarized versions also come in versions with leather trims on the cover of the frames called the RB3025MJ. That comes with additional 6 colors. The polarized versions come in a more modest 20 colors it's much easier to choose a pair. A lot of them is just like a boring black or gold with silver trimmings on it. So finally, what should Maverick choose when he's flying his planes? The polarized version or the non-polarized version? There's one final caveat when choosing a polarized lens, is that for most computer and visual screens, they already have a glare filter on it. When you put on a polarized lenses, ever so slightly, you see that the filter of the polarized lens and also the computer screen completely blocks out what's on the screen. Here you see me put on polarized lenses and the entire screen looks blank. I just put on these polarized lenses and I can't even see the teleprompter. Back in 1986, when Maverick was flying planes with analog controls, I would recommend him wearing polarized aviators. He would see much clearer and crisper with it. Now, most planes' control systems are computer screens, and therefore the polar lenses will block out the screens that Maverick is using to fire weapons and navigate the sky. Therefore, I will not recommend Maverick to use polarized lenses in today's aircrafts. He won't be able to see the screens that he needs to use. This is also the case for large digital displays controls for cars like Tesla. All these big cars now has these huge screens. Don't recommend polarized lenses for those. So there you have it, polarized versus non-polarized lenses, the technology behind it, and what Maverick should use in the new Top Gun. Let me know what you think of the video and comment below which version you prefer. And if you like what you see and want to see more about lens technologies, reviews of new independent eyewear, please subscribe to this channel and click the like button. I'll see you next time.